Hello and welcome to this India Today special where we are joined by someone who's poised possibly to create history. Not too many chief ministers have won 5 consecutive elections. I'm joined by Odisha's Naveen Patnaik. Thank you very much, Mr. Patnaik, for joining us on India Today.
Thank you, Rajdeep.
I must ask you though, Naveen Babu, after 19 years in power, do you concede that this is the biggest fight you're facing? To win a 5th consecutive term is not going to be easy.
Every election is hard, but I'm quite sure that we will win this election handsomely.
You're saying you'll win this election handsomely, but the sense I'm getting is that unlike in the past where there was seen to be a friendly fight, Naveen Babu had either fixed the Congress or fixed the BJP according to your critics. This time, they are really gunning for you in a way.
They are, but I repeat again, we will do very well.
Where does your confidence come from? Where does this confidence come from, Naveen Babu?
From all the good works, the welfare and development schemes that we've done for the people, that pays its results during the elections.
Why is it that this time then you've got a steady stream of people leaving the Biju Janata Dal and joining the BJP? Is the BJP in a sense the rising force of Odisha that today is challenging you?
The people who've left the party are those who were denied tickets or who have been suspended. It doesn't worry me at all.
No, there were a couple who were denied tickets and therefore left you. There were others like Jay Panda, who's now in a public declaration said Naveen Babu has passed his sell-by date. Does that trouble you?
It doesn't trouble me at all, no.
Hurt you that people who were close to you have drifted away?
In politics, that sort of thing tends to happen.
You don't want to respond in the same language. You don't want to target anybody. You seem to refrain from taking on your critics.
No, I don't feel like targeting them or criticizing them.
But what is the reason you think that people this time what is the reason for the rise of the BJP in particular? Something seems to have happened. Is it Mr. Modi because the BJP says it's Naveen Babu versus brand Narendra Modi.
As you'll see from the results, Mr. Modi will not have made much of an impact.
So you're telling me Odisha is not Delhi?
No, it certainly isn't.
If I were to though ask you about, for the first time in your career, you faced allegations this time of allowing corruption to grow in Odisha. The chit fund scam hit your government, ministers had to resign. The mining scam hit your government, and there have been allegations of the mining companies running the Odisha government. How do you respond to this?
That's not true. We run a transparent government.
What does that mean? Does that mean that these corruption charges which have hit your government, chit fund scam, the mining scam, have no impact on your government's credibility?
I don't think they have any impact, as you'll see from the results of this election.
You keep telling me you wait for the results. It's almost as if you're so sure of winning a 5th consecutive term.
I am indeed, yes. As I said, because of the good work we have done for the people. People of Odisha.
You keep saying good work. Now there will be those who will turn around and say, look, the scheme that you've just brought in, the Kalia scheme, for example, where you promised 10,000 rupees to small marginal farmers, landless laborers, has been brought in at the last minute because you're desperate in a way to somehow or the other do something that will perhaps get you re-election. Is this almost like a direct cash transfer bribe this time, just before the elections, and does it work?
No. It's there to help the farmers, the sharecroppers, those who do not have land. And unfortunately, the BJP has stalled it for some time. The farmers will give them their just reply.
So was this I often wonder, why do politicians come up with these schemes just before elections? You brought it out, you unveiled it in December, just 5 months ahead of the elections. It's almost as if for 4.5 years, politicians forget about the people and then remember them in the last 6 months.
No, that's not true. This is genuinely there to help our farmers.
Why you then, if you're so confident, Why are you contesting 2 seats for the first time, Mr. Chief Minister?
Because my second seat is from Western Odisha, where the people had made a strong demand that I should stand there.
This isn't Naveen Babu nervous about winning this time and therefore needs that security of a second seat.
No, that's absolutely incorrect. No.
You know, your answers are remarkably cryptic, and that's the way you are. I saw your speech. You speak 3-4 minutes in some of your speeches, not too long. Your speeches, your Odia remains patchy. Is that something the way you are, that you don't like to do expansive communication even in this multimedia age?
I try and do precise speeches which give the information that I want given.
You don't believe in these long 1-hour speeches. Other politicians like to do 1-hour speeches. Naveen Babu, your speeches are 3 or 4 minutes, and your critics say, look, he doesn't even know Odia. What would you say to those who say, after so many years, he still can't speak fluent Odia?
I can't speak Odia, and I prefer precise speeches instead of droning on hour after hour, which bores the audience.
Are you referring to someone there when you say that? Are you referring to your political rivals?
Well, you can see, you know the people who make very long speeches.
Now you tell me. But, in these 19 years, that's a long time, and everyone wonders what is the secret formula of the longevity of Naveen Patnaik. You tell us today, what is the secret of your longevity?
As I said before, it's the development and welfare work that we do for the people that brings us back every time.
You keep saying welfare work, development work. Traveling in Odisha, I see the roads are better, but what I don't see is that there isn't enough employment yet. Young people still are desperate for job opportunities. Is that the big weakness of your government? You haven't been able to industrialize or invest in Odisha or build maybe tourism or the key sectors that you need to generate more employment.
We have the largest amount of investment coming into Odisha, 4.5 lakh crores of investment that we've had earlier this year. And as far as employment is concerned, we have the best skill development center of anywhere in the country.
You're saying this, but the facts on the ground show that employment is still a challenge. The big industries, the big brands, tourism, for example, could be a big game changer, but you haven't yet been able to do enough. Is that your next big challenge?
We are working very hard on it and will continue to do so.
Because I thought one of the interesting things you've done is you've tried to make Odisha a sports capital. You brought the World Cup hockey, you've got big football matches here. Is that again a conscious effort to build brand Odisha, or is that Naveen Babu passionate about sports, unlike what most people thought you were?
Well, sports are investment in the youth, and the youth are the investment in the future.
You're putting it rather nicely, but I didn't know that you were a hockey goalkeeper in school. Is that true?
It is absolutely yes.
So that's where the love for hockey comes from.
It began from there, yes.
I must ask you.
Also,
Yes.
the people of Odisha are absolutely passionate about hockey. In our tribal areas, they learn to play hockey ever since they're very, very small.
So this is hockey country, not cricket country necessarily, Odisha. But, many of these welfare measures that you've announced have also meant that your budgetary allocations in terms of ensuring that your debt doesn't spiral out of control is a concern. It's 92,000 crores, your debt now. Now you're going to bring in Kalia. If you come back to par, the debt could spiral over 1 lakh crores. Does that not worry you that you're giving these giveaways, these handouts, as your critics call them? What will happen to the budget?
I don't worry about that because we have excellent financial management in our state.
So you think 1 rupee rice, 10,000 rupees to sharecroppers and landless laborers, you see these as not doles or handouts as critics call it, but as necessary to alleviate poverty in a state like Odisha?
Yes, it's an excellent investment.
I've also seen over the years that you have a women's vote bank. What is it about Naveen Babu that makes you so attractive to women,
We
the
have,
women voters?
we have an excellent women's self-help group program. We call it Mission Shakti. And this is for the political and economic development of women, and that's doing very well indeed.
You know, Naveen Babu, listening to you, it almost seems as if you're completely above all these controversies that spiral around you. Allegations made about, your government's involvement in mining scams, chit funds. You don't seem to be touched by any of it. What is it? You are very Teflon-like. How come Naveen Patnaik is not touched by all the irregularities that your government is accused of?
Because we have always tried to run a transparent, honest government. And that's been my personal principle as well.
I must ask you this. There is a question over whether regional strongmen like you, what role will you play in 2019? There's one view that Naveen Patnaik is considering supporting the Narendra Modi government after the elections if there is a hung parliament. Tell us once and for all, are you ready, open to supporting the NDA government after the elections?
We've even given it in our manifesto that whichever government supports the just demands of Odisha, we will support that coalition, whether it's UPA, NDA, or anyone.
No. Does that mean that if tomorrow Narendra Modi is 15 short of the majority and you have 15 MPs and he promises benefits for Odisha, you're happy to support him?
We are happy to support anyone that will benefit Odisha.
Whether it's a Modi, Rahul Gandhi, anyone.
Anyone.
The reason I'm asking you this is I remember last year during the deputy chairperson election to the Rajya Sabha that Biju Janata Dal supported an NDA candidate. Is that a sign of Naveen Patnaik is completely open, flexible to alliances? You aligned with the BJP till 2009 and then apparently struck deals also with the Manmohan Singh government. Is that the way to look at it, that you will do a deal with anyone who offers a good deal to Odisha?
We will support those who offer a good deal to Odisha, yes.
So you're not caught in this communalism, secularism trap. BJP is seen as a Hindutva party. The Congress says we need a secular alliance. Tomorrow if you support Narendra Modi, some of your secular friends will accuse you of selling out. How would you respond to them?
I would respond in this way, and I repeat again and again, those who will benefit Odisha will be supported.
So how's your relationship equation with Mr. Modi at the moment?
It's fairly reasonable, yes. It's reasonable with everyone, with every party.
That's supposed to be the key to your success. People say Naveen Babu never has a bad word to say about anyone. You know how to win over opponents and increase your friends. Is that been your style always in life? That you don't believe in confronting people, in sort of doing a brand of politics that polarizes public opinion? You like to take along people with you, whether it's a Modi or a Rahul.
I don't like sort of accusing people up front. That's always been my policy.
But how does this work? That you're fighting an election in Odisha with the BJP, our main adversary, the Congress also trying to get back its pace. But after the elections, you're telling me you're more than happy to do a deal with anyone.
Well, as I repeated again and again, as long as it benefits Odisha.
What does that mean? As long as it benefits Odisha. A special package for Odisha is good enough for you.
Special category status, railways, many other things too.
It's a remarkable life you've led because gold royalty as well. Okay. It's a remarkable life you've led, Naveen Babu, because for a large part of your life, till you joined politics, you were a page 3 celebrity. You were with Jackie Onassis. You were doing books on herbal plants and gardening. And now suddenly over the last 19 years, you've based yourself in Odisha. Do you see yourself as having played 2 innings in life? One in the high life of New York and Aurangzeb Road, and one in Odisha and Naveen Nivas?
When my father expired in 1997, the then Prime Minister, Mr. Gujral, requested me to stand from his parliamentary seat of Aska, which I did, and from there my political career began.
Was it your father's legacy that you're now trying to, has it always been about Biju Babu's legacy for you?
Yes, indeed it has. It's always been there, yes. And will always remain there.
And if I told you today that you've actually outstripped your father's legacy by virtue of the fact that you've been chief minister longer than he has, what would you tell me?
Well, I think they both add up.
They both add up. So it's a joint Patnaik legacy over the years. But do you miss that life ever? Do you miss the high life that, being in a world completely far removed, let's say from a Kalahandi or a Kendrapada, to be in the high life? Do you miss that?
No, not at all. I joined politics when I was 50 years old, and all that is behind me.
All that is best. So how does, I've often wondered, there are parts of your life that you've never told the world. Now I've learned you're a hockey goalkeeper. Are there other parts of your life that we need to learn? How does Naveen Patnaik, in a sense, in Odisha, what is your life like? Your critics say you are a prisoner of your bureaucrats, that the bureaucrats take all the decisions. Naveen Babu is the chief minister in name. It's the bureaucrats that run Odisha.
That allegation has been made since the year 2000, but it's quite untrue, as the people of Odisha have proved.
The people of Odisha may be winning. You're the face. Are you someone who essentially delegates to your bureaucrats and they run the show? You give the final stamp of approval.
That's not true. The bureaucrats certainly don't make the decisions.
I was told that, over the years you've had super CMs, and those are the names, those are the kind of Pyare Mohapatra earlier, now Mr. Pandian. From time to time it said they run the show, and Naveen Babu is just there in the background.
That's quite untrue.
Someone also told me that the mining, you've got to ask Naveen Babu that why hasn't he cracked down more firmly on the mining mafia in Odisha? Why hasn't he done more? Today your critics are making that a poll agenda, that Naveen Babu didn't do enough. This anti-corruption image is only for the media. The reality is different.
That is untrue, quite untrue.
When you give me these short cryptic answers, you make it very difficult for the interviewer. Is that also part of your strategy, to keep people on the defensive by giving these short answers so they don't know what counter question to ask? Maybe I should give this as a tip to Narendra Modi. Is that a strategy, conscious strategy? Don't talk too much in public life. You've always been understated, low profile in politics. It's the first time perhaps in this campaign I'm seeing large hoardings all over Odisha of you. That was never there in the past. Are you finally learning the media game?
One learns as time passes by, yes.
Brand Naveen. I mean, I never thought that, it's almost as if it's brand Naveen that is being sold, or brand Naveen Patnaik that's being sold this time. But as I said, has that been a conscious strategy to stay low profile, understated in politics? Do you think that's been an advantage?
No, I just think that's my temperament. It's my temperament, yes.
You've always been like this. It isn't something that you changed after you entered politics. You decided, look, I'm not going to be one of those flamboyant politicians.
No, it has always been like that, yes.
When you now look at life in politics, any regret that you have, anything that you feel, gosh, this was a failure, or this is something I shouldn't have done? Do you have any regrets, Naveen Babu?
No, I have no regrets. It's a very, very fulfilling career.
And what would you say, therefore, has been your biggest achievement? If you were to say, this is something I'm truly proud of.
Well, I'll give you a few examples. When we took over in 2000, Odisha was a rice deficit state. We had to import rice from other states. For the last few years, we're a rice surplus state. In fact, we're the third largest suppliers of rice to the public distribution system. When we took over, Odisha was known for the mismanagement of disasters, of natural disasters. Now we have set international benchmarks on how to control disasters. In fact, the United Nations has even complimented us on that.
So
And also, where there was a corrupt government in the past, we have now provided a transparent government.
So these you're listing out as your achievements. Is this your last election, Naveen Babu? It's a question that is often asked. Is this your final election? As I said, your critics have been questioning your health, saying Naveen Babu's health is fading. He's not fit enough really to fight a campaign after this.
That's not true. I'm only 72 years old, and that's not very much in politics. And we'll see in the future.
Basically, no retirement age in politics.
I give no retirement ages yet.
The reason I ask you this is because there's a sense that Biju Janata Dal is a one-man show. It's Naveen Babu, after him who? You haven't even prepared for any kind of succession planning within the Biju Janata Dal. Who succeeds Naveen Babu? Is this a one-man show?
It's not a one-man show. We have vice presidents, we have general secretaries, we have secretaries, we have a totally democratic setup.
Do they matter? Do any of these individuals matter? Be honest, Naveen Babu.
They do matter. And as far as a successor is concerned, the people of Odisha will choose one.
The people of Odisha will choose one because, you know, the charge that has been made against you and others is you all are dinners, political dinners. The Biju Janata Dal regional party is ultimately a party of the Patnaik family. How would you respond to them?
That's not true. My father never believed in nepotism, and I didn't even know I was going to enter politics till he passed away.
So this was just something that happened almost by you're the accidental chief minister. If if Manmohan Singh is the accidental prime minister, you're the accidental chief minister. But under that benign smile, is it true that you're a ruthless practitioner of realpolitik? I'm told if you get in the way of Naveen Patnaik, it's not very easy to deal with.
I don't think that's correct. All I do is try and run a transparent government. If people turn out to be corrupt, they're removed.
So there is a streak of ruthlessness there.
I don't think it's ruthlessness. I think it's political practicality.
It's political practicality. I wonder, as I come to the end of this conversation that we are having, is there an aspect you want to share with us about your personal life that we don't know? As you said, is there something, Naveen Babu, that you miss about the things that you could do at one time in your life before you became a politician? Your gardening, your other interests that you had, is there something you miss? Let's listen to the Naveen Babu outside the politician. Who is the real Naveen Babu?
I don't miss gardening. I have a large garden here. I grow orchids. That's a great interest. No, I have no missing of the past. No.
So if I were to ask you, how would you like the people of your state to remember? We ask these questions about legacy. And when you've been 19 years in power, then legacy plays a role. What is the legacy you see yourself leaving for the people of Odisha?
The legacy I would like to leave is the hard work that I've done for the people of Odisha and that I've given them a transparent government.
You keep using the word transparent government. What would you like to tell your critics as you look into the camera, those who've left you, those who today are questioning you, challenging you, and are saying, look, as I said earlier, Naveen Patnaik is past his sell-by date. Anti-incumbency has set in. Are you worried? 19 years, anti-incumbency. We saw it in Tripura. Manik Sarkar was removed after so many years in power. The left eventually also relinquished power in Bengal. Has anti-incumbency set in? What would you tell your critics who are saying time for Parivartan now in Odisha?
The results of these elections will show that there is no anti-incumbency.
There's absolutely no anti-incumbency.
None that I fear, no.
Okay, we're meeting you on Odia New Year. So maybe you want to greet your viewers here. Is there a line you want to give them?
I've already given a bite to the press,
Say-
wishing everyone well during the Odia New Year.
If you can tell us that in Odia.
Mu apan manan ku samastam ku Odia Odisha nua barsaro bahut abhinandan o shubhecha janauchi.
There you've got it. You keep it simple. Even when it comes to Odia New Year, I see your speeches, you keep it simple. And maybe you've kept your politics simple. And that's been your great achievement in a way. Running a state for 19 years can't be easy.
Well, it's not easy running a state of 45 million people, but we all try hard.
I'm going to ask you one last question. What do you see happening in these 2019 elections? Do you see Narendra Modi coming back? Do you see a federal front government with a regional chief minister as a prime minister? Do you see the Congress coming back? What do you foresee?
All I see is that no political party will have a majority in parliament.
No political party. You don't see a repeat of 2014 in that sense.
No, I certainly don't.
And do you see yourself playing a role in national politics? With Naveen Babu is asked, why don't you become a consensus candidate tomorrow?
No, I have no ambitions, no national ambitions at all.
At all. You're happy being in Naveen Nivas with your orchids, with Bruno and Roxy, your books, your music, and
My television.
what do you watch on TV?
I watch movies actually,
Are you a Netflix man?
very much so.
So you're on to Netflix. What's the latest serial? Do you remember? What's the latest thing you watched?
I'm watching Designated Survivor at the moment. It's very good. Have you watched it?
No, I haven't. I don't watch Netflix, unfortunately.
You must watch this one. It's very good.
Designated Survivor.
It's about a president in the United States.
So there you have it, Naveen Babu. You're a man of many parts. When you're not in Kalahandi or Sambalpur, you're watching Designated Survivor on Netflix. Most of the time, though, you're accused of not spending enough time outside in the field and you're at home or in the office. It's only at election time that the people get to see Naveen Babu. True or not? You don't have that many press conferences, you don't take questions. How do you respond to that? And you're a bit of a dictator as a result.
No, I'm not a dictator, and I tour a great deal of the state, even when there are no elections.
I have to ask you, a video of yours came out doing exercise and it's gone viral. Was that Naveen Patnaik sending out a message to all his critics? Look, I'm fit. Reports of my demise are rather exaggerated, as Mark Twain would have said.
I'm fighting fit, and my party saw it fit to air that video.
So in a sense, you were sending out a message there that, look, those of my critics who think that Naveen Patnaik is down and out have got it wrong.
That's what my party wanted to do, yes.
There's one thing we've been hearing through the campaign, Naveen Patnaik for Odisha, Narendra Modi for the centre. Do you believe that that could become an X factor in this election? You winning in Odisha, Mr. Modi at the centre.
I'll see that my party will do very well, both in the assembly elections and in the parliament elections. We have consecutive elections this time.
Is that a deliberate strategy to hold them consecutively so you ask people, vote for me, don't vote for Delhi?
No, that's not true. That's the way it happens to be for the last few elections.
Okay, so we've got enough time. I've learned the art of time management from you. Orchids, Designated Survivor on Netflix, play with your dogs, music, hockey, and then also run a state. Naveen Babu, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you, Rajni.
Naveen Patnaik remains one of the enduring enigmas of Indian politics, an enigma wrapped in a mystery. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.